Part 1. The Arrival. There are places that stay with you, not because they are grand or famous, but because something happened there that quietly rearranged your soul. For me, that place was the town of Maratea, nestled against the deep blue of the Tyrrhenian Sea. I arrived in early July, seeking silence, maybe healing, definitely not love. My suitcase held little: linen dresses, a worn notebook, and a heart still aching from a city life that had grown cold. The air in Maratea was heavy with the scent of salt and citrus. And that first night the sky burned with stars like it knew secrets I didn't. I met him the next morning. He was sitting alone at a cafe near the edge of the cliffs, reading letters to a young poet. He looked like a man who belonged to another time, relaxed, confident, quiet. I ordered espresso. He smiled without looking up. "You're not from here," he said, still turning the page. I laughed. "That obvious?" He looked at me then, properly. His eyes were the same grey blue as the sea behind him. Only people escaping something look like that on their first morning. Part 2. The slow burn. His name was Luca. He lived here half the year, painting for galleries in Naples and disappearing when the exhibitions ended. We became two shadows that kept falling into the same places: the beach early in the morning, the market at dusk, the stone bench under the old olive tree. He spoke like someone who had nothing to prove. And when he touched my wrist as he pointed out constellations one night, it felt like the world paused to notice. I should have pulled away. I didn't. He told me about a woman he once loved in Venice and how she left when she realized he couldn't give her everything. I told him about a man who once swore he would never leave and did quietly one Tuesday morning without a note. We were two people who had given up on promises. Maybe that's why it worked. We weren't building a future. We were building a memory. Part 3. The Nights. It happened one evening after the wine had made us soft and the sunset had painted his balcony in gold. He stood behind me as I looked out at the sea. "You're beautiful," he whispered, but not like a thing to be looked at, like something to be remembered. His hands slid around my waist, gently, slowly. He kissed my shoulder, then the curve of my neck, his breath warm against my skin. That night was not rushed. There was no performance, just mouths tracing stories along skin, hands learning the language of someone new. The bed smelled of lavender and salt. The air buzzed with cicadas and the kind of silence only passion can fill. I memorized the way he arched his back when I kissed the line between his ribs, the way his fingers gripped the sheets when he whispered my name like a prayer. We didn't sleep. We drifted in and out of touch and talk, pleasure and pause. And in the morning, I made coffee naked in his kitchen while he painted my back from memory. Part 4. The middle of the end. Every day after that, we walked barefoot along the shore, talking about books and sex and the people we used to be. There was no timeline, no countdown. But we both knew summer doesn't last. One night, under a sky so dark it looked painted, he said, "You know we're going to break each other." I nodded. We already have. But it didn't stop us. We kept loving each other like the waves love the shore, returning, even knowing they'll always be pulled away. Part 5. The Goodbye. That wasn't the day I left. I didn't cry. Neither did he. We kissed once, long and quiet, by the same cafe where we met. He tucked a small envelope into my hand. "Don't open it until the plane takes off." When I finally did, it read, "I don't want to be your always, but I want to be the summer you never forget." L. Inside was a sketch of me, standing on his balcony, naked, looking out at the sea. Epilogue. The after. It's been 5 years. Sometimes in the middle of a cold city morning, I smell salt or oranges, and I'm back there again. To that town, to that man, to the summer we forgot the world, the end.